Hello again, folks. I thought I would just do a little video on bending picks or wires or tools, and is it a good thing, is it a bad thing, doesn't it matter? We'll run through a few little topics. I was talking to P-Dub the other day on the message thread, and we was talking about lever locks, and she's got a 220, but she's a bit worried about bending the pick wires. So I thought I'd just cover the topic in general. Now, sometimes it can be good, sometimes it can be bad, but we'll see. So, to start the conversation, this is my first set of Lawlock tools I bought, and I was still heavy-handed after going from a Chinesium. And even though they are brilliant tools, and it did take me a lot to do this to them, I did do that to them. So, I will say, Andrew from Lawlock is an absolute diamond, and if you want just spares to make up a set, he will send you spares. So I did buy some more spares. My hooks what I'd bent, I replaced. Now you can see the difference there. So is that good or is that not good? Well, it's not so good really, in that you've bent some nice picks, but technically you have got a nice angle for getting under some lower lift pins, so you can still use them. And if you've got a rusty old lock and you've got your old bent picks, you can use your old bent picks first before you bugger up your nicer newer set. So there's pros and cons. It's not the end of the world. As you can see, you can still find the use for them, and if they do eventually get ridiculous, you can always cut the end off and make a probe for what do you call it, tubular locks or such like. So that's picks. Now, on a slightly different note, 2-in-1s. I featured this recently while I was picking a Roy Salmon's lever cabinet lock. Now, I knocked this up. Now, being a novice and not thinking, I actually had a metal vise which was on the side and my locks were in there, but it wasn't screwed down. And I left this in the lock one day, and as I brushed past it, I knocked the hole. I caught this, which then snagged everything, and the vise came tumbling down, and this was bent. And that's why I did try and straighten it up, but in certain places it's a bit sticky, which isn't great for a 2-in-1. There, look, it just won't slide freely, and I've tried and tried. So in that instance, not so good. So don't do that. Don't leave picks in locks because there'll be an accident, rest assured, and something will go wrong. So that's how I learned that hard lesson. Now, on another note, going to the wires. Tensioners, I did find, now this is one I made myself from a nail, and this is one I bought from UK Lockpickers, which is cool because it's got an interchangeable. You can unscrew this and put longer or shorter tension bars in, like so. Now the problem with this is, you can see it's had too much tension put on it, because I went in to pick, I'd been picking Squires for a little while, having bought a job lot of Belfries. I gave one to Coxie, one to Chris, one to Roy, and kept a couple. This one I had made into a cutaway. It is in essence this. So RWB Jan, credit to him for doing that for me. He did that as a favour. Now, what I noticed was when I used this tensioner, it's not even the right thing. But anyway, I was trying to tension a lock, but I put too much tension on it and that bent that. So now that's weak. I only use this for the smaller padlocks like the 220s and stuff. I was just playing around with something there. This is quite a solid tensioner. That brings me on to another thing. Whilst making your own, be aware, if you use cheap key blanks, you can shear the top off, which isn't good. And also, while we're on that note, when you're making them, make sure you do it with a shackle open so you can see what the tension is doing. Because I've tried to make this one, and I've got it stuck in this cruiser, and now I'm scared to turn it too much in case this happens inside the lock, which I don't want to do because obviously these aren't cheap and it was a gift last Christmas. So yeah, that's something to be mindful of. Just taking a slight sidetrack. Anyway, pick wires, that's where we started, that's where we'll finish. So these are the pick wires I got from UK Lock Pickers, and all look good. You can see they're all slightly at different angles though. If I hold those kind of straight, you can see some are a bit more bent than others. And also if you look at the handles, you can clearly see which ones, come on focus, which ones are used more. So if I put these all together side by side, you can see when I got these were all lined up. So this is how much I've used them. But the point is, with pick wires, it really doesn't matter anywhere in there as much, because all what happens is you're getting used to the feel of it, and as it's twisting and bending, you're also getting used to it as it's moving. I suppose your only difficulty would be when you make a new pick wire and you make it straight, you might be slightly off to what you remember it after using your bent ones for a while. But as you can see, hang on a minute, I forgot to bind the pack, pull that forward a bit. We'll see if we can get it open now. I shall demonstrate, hopefully. All being well. It's been a while since I picked this. I'm out of practice, can you tell? I've not picked anything for a short while. I'm using the right one. I don't think I'm on the right one. No, that's my used one. Here it is. Let's try that again. Helps if you get the right one, doesn't it? So, yeah, here's my really bent wire. Like I say, it doesn't really matter as much with these. There we go. There we are. So that's for you, P-Dub. Just to let you know, don't be shy cranking up the tension and worrying about bending your wire, because A, you can always make another one at 1.5 or 1.6 piano wire, and B, they're a bit more forgiving if you do bend them. So anyway, I hope that's helpful to somebody or anybody. Yeah, until next time, stay safe everyone, happy holidays, and see you next time. Bye for now.